position standpoint, he's a right defensive end for us. But if you watch him play in Carolina, he plays the 3 technique. He plays a nose tackle at times. He plays the left defensive end. He rushes outside on 3rd down. He rushes inside on 3rd down. So he's got great versatility as a player, a lot of different skills. You can use him in a lot of different spots. He's a guy who plays a lot for them. We believe in rotating our defensive line, kind of coming at the offense in waves. He's a guy that just played so many snaps for them at a lot of different spots. So in regards to being off last year, like with anybody, you just go back to work. You go back to work day by day, try to get yourself into physical shape, try to get yourself back into football shape. He needs to get acclimated to our system of football, and we'll just take that step by step.
Hey, Coach, I'm curious, were you influenced by the way the Panthers used Mr. Hardy in terms of the read option? Because they had a unique way of crashing him down. And I was wondering if you had a chance to watch that film and that was an impact of your decision. Really.
Well, we did watch him do that, and he certainly was very effective at it. He's one of those guys that just makes so many plays on the ball. Makes a lot of hits on the ball in the running game. He's around the quarterback all the time, sacking him, affecting him. And certainly playing that read option was very effective at that as well. He's just a really good football player.
Jason, in the evolution of the offense each year, and now you have some new pieces. What are you personally kind of most curious and can't wait to get the guys on the field to see?
Well, I think for us, it's a matter of just really getting back to work. We have a lot of young players on our team and a lot of young players on our offense. And you've heard people say this through the years in the NFL. The biggest development that a player will make is from year 1 to year 2. And to see Zach Martin after year 1 being an all-pro offensive lineman, which is really unheard of in my experience, to come back in year 2 and want to get better. I think he will get better. And some of the other young guys, Travis Frederick is still a young player. Tyron Smith is a young player. Ron Lewis is a young player. To see all those guys. And then, we lose some guys, and you see the competition. DeMarco Murray's not playing for us anymore. How does Joe Randall respond? How does Lance Dunbar respond? Brian Williams, Darren McFadden. Just see those guys compete for that spot, compete for a role.
What made you pull the trigger with McFadden? Because from an Oakland Raiders perspective, or fan perspective, he has an injury issue. But what do you expect to get out of him with the Cowboys?
Well, we liked him a lot coming out. He came out in 2008. It's the same year that we drafted Felix Jones. So we spent a lot of time with him and on him. I think he was the 4th player taken in the draft by Oakland, and there was a lot to like about him. And for us, again, like with all our players, we're confident in the environment that we can create for our guys to bring the best out in them, both out in the field and off the field. And he's a big, explosive back. He's quick. He's fast. He's physical. He runs inside. He can hit home runs. He can catch the ball. He can protect. Now, injuries have been an issue for him. We don't think significant injuries, more the soft tissue type injuries. So again, hopefully we can create the right environment for him to be healthy and take advantage of his opportunity.
And one more, Coach. Also, I noticed in watching the last 3 years of film on the offense, you seemed to change your technique last year to something more akin to a vertical set. And as you know, vertical set pass blocking is becoming more the norm in college football. But was it a vertical set approach that you applied to the running game? Because the offensive line were standing and pushing last year as opposed to the year before. What did I see?
I don't know that you saw all that.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, we've been using a lot of different sets with our pass protectors for a long time, short sets.
I'm going to mean on the run, though, because in the run.
I'll go through the pass protection part first. I don't know if that's changed dramatically. I do think we did a really good job as a coaching staff last year establishing what our identity was going to be in the running game. And I think the better you become, we got significantly better on the offensive line. We allocated 3 first-round picks over the last 4 years. So that allows you to maybe be a little simpler, run the same plays over and over and over again, and get really good at them. So the combination of our zone run scheme, our gap run scheme, our misdirections, our perimeter run game, I think we did a really good job mixing all those things. Scott Linehan did a great job calling it and being persistent against teams that were loading the box up against us. I think for the most part, our offensive line controlled the line of scrimmage. Our runners ran. The tight end blocked. Our receivers blocked. So I think that was the big thing. I don't know that we made any dramatic changes in our technique. I just think we probably got better at what we were doing with the better players that we had.
Jason, now that it's apparent that there's not going to be any real change in the what is a catch rule, the Des Bryant play. Is it at all bothersome to you that rule essentially is going to be the exact same rule as it was last year?
Well, I talked earlier about this, and I'll share it with you again. From our perspective, we had 60 minutes to go to Green Bay and win a ball game.
Yeah.
And we had 56 minutes before that catch and 4 minutes after that catch, and we didn't get the job done. So our perspective, my perspective, our team's perspective is we got to look ourselves in the mirror and say we didn't get the job done. We got to find a way to get it done. And so that's what I've been expressing to our team, really right from the outset after the ball game and since then. Now to your question. The NFL's owners meetings are an opportunity to address things like this. And I do think this play belongs in the game. I do think we want plays like Calvin Johnson's play and Des Bryant's play to be catches in our league. And I do believe any tweaks to the rules should be to include these plays, not to exclude these plays. We talked about it before very dramatically, to have the Cowboys inside the 1 yard line at Lambeau Field with 4:45 to go, 47 years after Bart Starr had a quarterback sneak, I think is great for our game. You have Aaron Rodgers standing on the other sidelines waiting for his opportunity to come back. I think that's what we want. And Des Bryant getting 3 feet and a forearm down, I think should be a catch in our league. I think we should find ways to make sure it is going forward. But I go back to what I said at the outset. That really has nothing to do with our game.
Right.
What happened, our football team. It's about how we're trying to write this rule going forward.
You said that the